Howdy, folks. We've all heard that in the book of Revelation, the number of the beast is 666. Whatever does this mean? And if the beast has a number, do others? Does the name of Jesus have a number? Does the name of God have a number? Here's the story. Today we're used to having different sets of characters to represent letters and numbers. Our alphabet of letters runs from A to Z, and our system of numbers, or at least basic numbers, runs from 0 to 9. But in the ancient world, they didn't have two sets of characters for these. Instead, the letters of their alphabets doubled as characters representing numbers. That's why, for example, Roman numerals are composed of letters. In Latin, some of the letters of the alphabet represent numbers. So I meant 1, V meant 5, X meant 10, L meant 50, C meant 100, D meant 500, and M meant 1,000. To get other numbers, you had to combine these in various ways, like using II for 2, and III for 3, and IV for 4. Hebrew and Aramaic used the same alphabet, and so they used the same number set. Unlike Latin, every letter in the Hebrew and Aramaic alphabets had a numerical value. Basically, the first 10 letters of the alphabet, Aleph through Yod, represented 1 through 10. The second 10 letters, Kaf through Kof, represented 20 through 100, and the final 4 letters, Resh through Tau, represented 200 through 400. The Greek system was very similar to the one used in Hebrew and Aramaic. In it, the first 10 letters, Alpha through Iota, were 1 through 10. The second 10 letters, Kappa through Rho, were 20 through 100, and the final 8 letters, Sigma through a now unused letter called Sampi, were 200 through 900. All this made it possible for people to calculate the number of a word or phrase, any word or phrase, in a given language. One of my favorite examples is a piece of graffiti that was found in the ruins of the city of Pompeii, which was covered by the volcanic explosion of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79. The graffito reads, "I love her, whose number is 545. We'll never know just who this was, but I hope whoever it was saw the graffito and knew that she had a secret admirer. Whoever may have borne this ancient number, we can use this system to shed light on important questions for us today, like who had the number of the beast? In the book of Revelation, we are told, "This calls for wisdom. Let him who has understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a man's number. Its number is 666. That would suggest that the number 666 is what we would get by adding up the number of a man's name. But which man's? If we look at other things that the book of Revelation says about the beast, it's clear that the beast is a king who rules many nations, receives divine worship, persecutes Christians, and is connected with pagan Rome. That points us towards the Roman emperors of the first century to find the true identity of the beast. It's no surprise then that when we add up the numbers of the phrase Nero Caesar in Hebrew, we get 666. His name can be spelled Nun Resh Wow Nun, Kop Samech Resh. Nun is 50, Resh is 200, Wow is 6, Nun is 50. Kop is 100, Samech is 60, and Resh is 200. Add it all up, and you get 666. His name is also spelled in other ways. In one of them, the name Nero was spelled without the second Nun. It was just Nun Resh Wow. If you leave off the second Nun, the total for the name drops to 616. Significantly, there is an early manuscript tradition in which the number of the beast is given as 616, suggesting some of the early copyists were quite aware of the identification of Nero with the beast. But there's another number that would have stood out in the minds of the first hearers of Revelation. That other number is what you get if you add up the letters of the word Jesus in Greek. In Greek, Jesus is pronounced Jesus. Please note that it's Jesus, not Jesus. Jesus is spelled iota, eta, sigma, omicron, upsilon, sigma. Iota has a value of 10, eta is 8, sigma is 200, omicron is 70, upsilon is 400, and sigma is 200. If you add all that up, what do you get? 888. The early hearers of Revelation knew that, and they could not have failed to see the contrast between the beast's number of 666 and Jesus' number of 888. While we're on the subject, let's look at one last example out of simple curiosity. The most famous set of letters in the Old Testament are the 4 used to spell God's name, Yahweh. They're so well known that they have their own name, the Tetragrammaton, which is Greek for the 4 letters. In Hebrew, the letters are Yod, He, Waw, and He. Yod represents 10, He is 5, Waw is 6, and He is 5. What number do they total? 26. If you like the information I've presented here, I'd invite you to join my Secret Information Club. In case you're not familiar with it, it's a free service that I offer by email, in which I send out fascinating information on a variety of topics connected with the Catholic faith. The very first thing that you get when you join is information about what Pope Benedict has to say about the Book of Revelation. He has some very interesting things to say, so I hope you'll check it out. You can do that and join by going to www.secretinfoclub.com. Thank you.